going on there. Who are we casting again?
Boom versus Aster.
That's right, Boom versus Aster. Lots of big team fighting on both sides this time, which is what I'm excited about. Can't wait to see the Phoenix Void combo again. That was an old classic a few metas ago.
Sorry, which classic?
The Phoenix Void.
Oh, okay.
The Egg Chrono. The double bubble, if you will.
That is a double bubble. The old EG strat, if you want to call it that. Of course, it was more black hole chrono, I guess, than anything. But yeah, do you like any particular lineup? Do they speak to you in any capacity, Mr. Jenkins?
I think Booms definitely speaks to me. It's a pretty nice Jug game, and early phase Jug. It's a hero that's been moving up in the pick order. But it's looked very good with this, what looked to be strange at the start of the tournament, Midas build, also sometimes skipping the crit and going for only 1.2 in crit, going for stats, playing off of just being tanky, and the Ag Shard and magic damage coming from the Blade Fury. Yeah, I think it's other than of course the Faceless Void, which is fantastic against Jug, which was a late pick. It's a really solid Jug game. Killed the Phoenix Egg, lots of really good team fight between Mars, Wyvern, and Snapfire. But Aster, I mean, they also have extremely solid team fight. I think if the game goes very late, Aster is definitely pleased.
Yeah, I mean, Faceless Void, do you get any more of a hard carry than that?
The battle begins.
Maybe a Terrorblade? I don't know, actually. Faceless Void, the Chrono is, it's almost like that black hole, except it's on a carry,
Yeah,
right?
you just kind of pause time, and you can kill, you pick one guy, and you kill them. And you can...
By then, you have a refresher, probably, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't... It feels like with Faceless Void late game, it's really about... Like, for Boom, there are other heroes in disabling the Void so that he can't get the Chrono off. And then Juggernaut maybe doesn't look so rough into the Faceless Void. But, like, 1-to-1, yeah, Void is going to beat almost any carry because you just pause them and then kill them in the pause, essentially.
As we can see, XXS, one of the worst names to pronounce, actually, I have to say. Very difficult in team fights. He's going to take a full Blade Fury here from Jackie, along with the Arctic Burn coming out from Skem. But not enough to find themselves a kill. I mean, in this lane, do you expect Jackie to get relatively free farm? I would assume Boboka at some point will have to leave to attempt to gank mid, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Is this a good Jug lane?
It's all right. I mean, you can maybe man up and kill a Death Prophet. XXS started with the Salve, knowing that this like spin combo was going to happen eventually. But DB is a really fast hero, 325 base move speed. Once she gets boots, plus maybe a Windlace, it is hard to connect a Jug spin onto her. It's kind of like a skill lane. I think in a totally passive lane, XXS will outperform.
Blade Fury again. Bunch of regen already been used from XXS. But again, will survive as the regen's starting to get low now. Only one Tango on him and one gifted via Boboka. Jackie off to, I mean, in terms of CS, not the greatest start, but they are doing a lot of damage to this Aster lineup in the bot lane.
Yeah, he's sacking CS to get some harass, which I think is what you need to do against Death Prophet, for sure.
And mid lane is something we haven't really talked about, but Yopaj versus Ori. Coddle versus the Void Spirit. Void Spirit not really that popular anymore. He's kind of dropped off. But how does this lane work for him? Because I feel like Coddle just won't really take... He's just going to push out the lanes like he usually does. It would require a gank from likely Boboka to try to take him out. But he's still so far back in the lane. It's just a difficult hero to gank.
Yeah, I mean, the saving grace is that when Void does hit level 6, it's one of the few heroes that can jump a Coddle that's good. I mean, like a hero like Storm could do it, but Storm is just not super popular in this patch. Void is a little bit more so. So with the rotation, they can definitely kill the Coddle, but up until that point, I feel like Coddle should outfarm almost anything mid. So it just depends on the rotations and how far ahead Coddle can get by the point Void Spirit gets level 6.
Right. And for the laning stage, Monet, 16-3 for the CS. You can see versus the Jug on the other side of the map, 10-2. So a little bit better here from Aster as XXS. Just turning it around a bit with his Spirit Siphon. So he's been living on pretty low HP this entire laning stage, it feels. And I'm sure he's had to spend plenty on regeneration.
Yeah, he went for a Bracer on Death Prophet, which is not super common. A lot of the time you'll see double null, but in this lane, it does kind of feel like there is a certain threshold where Jug Spin's going to do a certain amount of damage, and like in the Wyvern Slow as well, where if you just have enough HP, you're not going to die to the spin, and then you can slowly regen up when the spin is on cooldown. So I like the idea of going some stat items for XXS.
Skem getting chased off by Baboka right now. And I actually do miss Earth Spirit quite a bit. We don't get to see him all too often. We're seeing repeated high fives between them. A lot of respect between these teams, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm just making that up, but it's probably true.
It's a handshake if you're repeatedly high-fiving.
That's not really true.
Yeah, well,
Repeated high five. I mean, if you hold the high five, then that's just caressing the hand. A handshake is its own thing.
which would be the utmost respect.
Yes, remember, we're on stream A, so maybe not best to go off on these tangents.
That's
again,
right.
okay?
We'll get back to the game.
We've been downgraded to stream A, unfortunately. Stream B was a real safe haven for us degens out there. As you can see, Siamese Cat on the Phoenix. Pretty much out of mana right now, but Monet looks like he's going to do... He's going to get off a time dilation, but Siamese, he's going to end up dodging that rebuke from FBZ. But still, Monet very happy with his CS right now. And the question is, will they be able to force him out of lane? Because this is one thing about Void. Depending on what lane you're going against, you kind of... He's not the greatest laner. I mean, he's gotten better with time dilation and whatnot, but sometimes you just have to force him into the jungle. And the question is, do they have that capabilities on the side of Boom?
I think Mars is pretty good at forcing a Void out of lane. Ooh, that's a nice... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Death Prophet versus Jug, is you're just such a fast hero, and you've got this incredible attack range. It's actually really easy to kill the healing ward. As long as you don't feed on Death Prophet in that lane, it's a pretty free one. Which is exactly why Boom was trying to be so aggressive on him early, is they realized that they wanted to, like, punish him while he's still slow, without those boots.
And Yopaj doing extremely well, as we've seen so many times from the Coddle. Yep. Looks like they're going to get the first blood, does Ori, so the first rotation coming from him is successful, taking out Tim's on that Snapfire. I mean, that's the one thing. Yopaj, I would assume, yeah, going for a really quick boots of travel, so I feel like this is a bit cookie cutter. I mean, we did see literally one branch, I should say, into boots of travel the other day.
I started with brown boots, too, on Zai.
Yeah.
Off lane, of course, so I think you have... It makes more sense on off lane because you're getting less farm. So
it makes more sense on
I think so, yeah.
Huh.
Like, absolutely rushing it.
Okay.
Because mid, you can go for these like small stat items, still get enough CS because you're getting the easy camp as well. And a full lane of XP, which means you have higher levels in the Coddle Blast. Like, you're going to obviously farm faster as a mid lane Coddle. So you can go for some of these smaller items because you want the boots of travel as early as possible because it means that he could respond to that rotation top if he had the boots of travel. But he just doesn't have the timing yet.
I mean, he was relatively close. It was like 300 off at the time, but it's now being delivered to him, so we'll see how much, how active he's going to want to be here. But obviously, Ori already off to a pretty damn good start. Top net worth thanks to that first blood. And looks like he's working on a Spirit Vessel next for Yopaj, and Ori in the meantime. All right, we're going to see the Yules. Obviously, we haven't gotten to cast a lot of SEA or China. It's been mostly NAEU, but Yules has kind of fallen off in favor for Void Spirits in this last DPC season, it feels like, from the games that we've watched.
It has. It's been like mostly Ethereal Blade and just trying to burst people. But I do feel like Yules gives you a better ability to jump heroes. And in this game, for Boom, there's Snapfire, Wyvern, and Coddle that are all heroes that you really want to jump in the back lines of fights. So it does feel like Yules is the right move. We will see if he actually completes it. There's been a lot of players queuing something up and then, you know, entirely changing it because the game just, it looks better to get another item. But I do think Yules makes sense. The more jump, the better.
Great setup for his own Remnant. And in terms of dispels, not that many, I guess, but it is a good save for himself as well. I mean, just getting that extra second or two of invulnerability, usually enough time to get something else off cooldown like his ult or the dissimulate itself. He's going to be taking out this wave now and see if he tries to rotate a bit. Because other than that first blood, we haven't really seen a whole lot of fighting, really. Like some harassment in the bot lane, but they kind of gave up on the Blade Fury attempt on the DP since she was surviving repeatedly.
Yeah, once she's got that move speed, there's just very little way to do that. Oh, missed.
Scam. Yeah, he's going to get caught out. That looks to be an easy one for Aster again, so up 2-0. And I think Yopaj was waiting for. We keep saying he's waiting for something, but I think the urn, getting those early charges is going to be pretty important. I think that's being delivered now. So we'll see if that is the time in which he wants to. I mean, he could just be fine farming as well, because he does farm so much faster than anybody.
I think it's more so he's waiting for FBZ to get level 6.
Okay.
Because I think without the arena, rotating top is a bit scuffed. He's so close to, he's trying to get this one creep.
Yep. He's not going to find it quite yet.
There, they got it.
And there we go. So they tried to set up a little gank there with that cookie, but not really materializing.
Yeah, they wanted to do the thing where you get you're level 5, and then you get level 6 like off the creep as the initiation is happening.
Right.
It's a really good way to catch people off guard, but unfortunately it didn't work out there.
So Yopaj back into the mid lane again. So again, back to the farm between the position ones. In terms of net worth, 3,800. Oh, bottom lane, Ori and company. You can see the first exorcism of the game will result on a big kill onto Jackie. FBZ waiting in the trees with his arena. The question is, does Aster want to continue on here? Baboka runs right into FBZ. There's the arena, but it is just for the support Earth Spirit. But either way, first kill for Boom on the board. Obviously not a great trade in the end for that Juggernaut, who is kind of middle of the pack on farm right now, about 500 net worth behind the Faceless Void.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think ideally if you're making that trade there, if your Mars is coming bot, like all 3 cores technically were on the bot lane, you would ideally get the kill on XXS or Ori. It's just Ori's a lot harder of a kill. But yeah, unfortunately, great positioning from Baboka. Very fortunate for Aster, and just good play all around.
Yeah, how do they kill the Void?
Top lane.
Ori meaning. That's top lane, yep. Looks like Snapfire is going to take a tumble here. Just outnumbered. Yopaj does come, though. Gets off the Solar Bind, and he's going to bring Baboka back into his arms. But Baboka, oh, he's going to dodge the Illuminate just barely, and the Urn Charge is not going to be enough to drop him, so not able to get any sort of a trade there. But, I mean, looking at the lineup of Boom, how do they kill Ori? Feels like a very difficult game or very difficult kill for the most part throughout the entirety of the game. I mean, Curse is the big one, I guess, but they don't have that much lockdown,
I think
really.
They need to connect a Spear on him, like Spear into Arena, which obviously is a lot easier with the Blink Dagger, which FBC is not really close to. They can set that up with a nice cookie, but I think they have to get kind of lucky for that. The Curse is probably the most guaranteed thing, is cursing into Arena and then Spear.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of feel like up until the point that FBZ has his Blink, they're probably just going to ignore Monet's existence. That's just the state of the game. It's not, you know, it's not that big of a deal to do that. It's not like a Void flash farms that fast anyway. I think they're more than happy waiting for the Blink Dagger. Also, maybe an Orchid on Coddle at some point. He's very farmed, almost as the Vessel. We'll see what his next item choice is.
Yep, getting that Orchid with, I mean, the Yules from Ori is going to dispel that, so that's already a counter. But Monet, obviously the BKB at some point will be wanted. We'll see how greedy he wants to be. Starting out with the Maelstrom for Monet. About 600 away from that as FBZ is smoked, and they're looking for a kill. And it looks like Siamese Cat is who they might have to settle for, and they'll find it. Nice little fried chicken for Boom.
They had to kill him. He was just holding the top lane. With Phoenix, it's so easy to just sit there and fire spirits out the wave. If he's sitting in trees, it feels impossible to take the tower. Even with a bunch of heroes, it's not easy to sit there and tank the tower. So yeah, you got to commit stuff for the Phoenix. But Aster, they want to get a trade for this.
Yep, Monet leading the charge with this smoke. They're going to run to Schem, doing a nice job of breaking said smoke. See if he ends up being the sacrifice. Aether Remnant will cancel the TP, so that'll be an easy one for Aster, but Boom, obviously...
neutral creep got him.
Oh, okay.
All right, Tomato.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Tomato. I mean, that is he's pretty ripped, so it makes sense that he'd be able to do that.
That's right.
Or the Pine Cones, maybe not so much.
No, they're quite pathetic.
So yeah, that's pretty much best case scenario for Boom. They put, I mean, we haven't seen a Chronosphere yet, and that was going to be the first one, but basically tanking the gank by the neutrals.
Yeah.
Siamese Cat is going to dive to the other side. Yopaj is so fast with these boots of travel. Illuminate's going to connect. Tim's with the Scatter Blast, but the egg comes out, and that's going to force Boom to kind of sidestep Baboka there. And they're actually going to find the kill thanks to Tim's and that little Shredder. He's going to get the Scatter Blast onto XXS, who's continuing on here, but it looks like this might have to be the sacrifice. Even a Magnetize is expended from Aster. It ends up being a 1-for-1 for the supports apiece.
Pretty low commitment from Boom, though. That's 3 Aster heroes down bot, and they also commit Egg for that, which means they're not going to have it for the next fight. To be fair, it really depends on if Monet wants to get involved, whether or not the Egg is going to be useful in these fights, because he can chrono the Egg, and if you're not chronoing the Egg, we saw what happened with the little Shredder against the Egg. It's a pretty good counter.
Yeah. Push TPing out. Exorcism is actually going to be popped here, even though there's not going to be a defense mounted from Boom. So tier 1 should go the way of Aster. Monet. So he has Maelstrom. He got a casual Gloves of Haste, which would assume is going to be a Midas, as you can see in swap. But he actually has Shard queued up. We'll see if he ends up going for that in the end.
Queued up the BKB too.
So is it just the casual Gloves? I mean, this could be a bait, right? You see him going for Midas, maybe they get a little bit more aggressive.
Maybe.
But he can now initiate with the Shard.
Maybe if he goes
Next level plays.
If he goes for Midas, then Jackie Boy goes for Midas as well.
Right.
And you bait out this timing where Jug is weak because he's got a Midas, he's building his items,
Right.
and Void is strong.
That is actually, if that's actually happening, I mean, he's obviously probably just bought it and just changed his mind. But that could be a next level play, I agree.
I don't think it's that far-fetched. Because when I hear carry players talking about this Midas, like nothing has changed about Midas, right? It's the same item it's been for a long time. It is actually a timing thing that they're looking for. And I think a lot of carries are getting Midases in response to other carries getting Midas as a solution, because they don't really know how to keep up with the farm or how to punish it yet. So
I mean, the only problem is he's been in the jungle this whole time with the Gloves of Haste.
This is right. He also just blocked the
shown
ancient
it.
camp as he was trying to go far.
Very unfortunate. I mean, his Shard is coming, so this indicates they might want to fight. Obviously giving that extra range and the reverse time walk, which we actually saw work very effectively yesterday. FBZ looking for the initiation, but Siamese Cat is too fast.
He's got those cat-like reflexes.
Yep, that's right. In the body of a
He's
Phoenix.
still farming, bro.
He might have to egg here. Never mind, that little Shredder does almost nothing, but the Rebuke does.
And a free
FBZ.
mango. He got a free mango, too, from the shovel.
Did he shovel that? Oh,
He
man.
shoveled that up and didn't pick it up.
I think the shovel might have gotten him killed.
It may have. You can see the animation.
Well, that's a huge net worth swing with that 100 gold mango going to the side of Boom Esports.
That's right. That's right. That's a big one.
All right, well, Monet still in the jungle. Hasn't really shown himself. But you can see Jackie not really being baited right now, so has the Maelstrom himself and going for a Manta style next. So that'll obviously take off the silence from DP. Potentially, if there's an Ags on the Void Spirit in the future, the silence from that as well. So it feels pretty needed to dispel this game, even though we were talking about this yesterday, how Manta just feels kind of meh in general.
I think another reason Manta is good this game is because if you're showing on creep waves against a Faceless Void, you risk just getting chronoed, right? He's gonna jump out chrono you, kill you, and it doesn't matter if you spin TP. So the Mantas give him a way to shove out creep waves without actually showing on the creep waves.
FBZ with the arena onto huge mud golems, delicious creeps for him. Ori trying to turn this around. He's doing a lot of damage with the health, but there you can see that is the ult from Winter's Curse. It's not going to be enough, though, as FBZ still dies surprisingly. He was kind of just stuck on the stairway. The Exorcism just finished him off despite the stun being pretty effective.
Yeah, a bit of a missed arena, actually. It was pretty high impact there.
Ori wants to go real deep. You can see he's extremely low on HP now, has to dissimulate away. The Mortimer's kisses are coming. He has the astral step to
nice
safety.
prediction.
One more kiss is there. Beautifully done from Timms. Takes out the mid laner for Aster. And now Scam kind of stuck here with the Magnetize. He's going to get cookied, but I believe he is going to drop nonetheless. So a 1-for-1, but definitely in favor of Boom as the TP out is successful here.
That was good stuff. Baboka, I can't believe the Earth Spirit ult was still going at the end of that. It's like he chained that for so many remnants. How many remnants does he have left? 3. Yeah, that was a lot of...
But prediction from the kisses were kind of insane. Because that is like such a delay. Like typically, you'd be one step behind a Void Spirit.
Yeah, it's like the moment that the Void Spirit landed with his Astral Step, there was already a kiss coming at him. And then the next one also predicting the way that he would go after his Void Step.
Right.
Yeah, that was cool.
I believe we have yet to see the Chronosphere
Yeah.
from Monet, but still top net worth. So I mean, if you're 18 minutes and your Faceless Void is top net worth, you're pretty damn happy with the state of things, I feel like.
I think it's pretty scary for him to show up to fights without a BKB as well. Like, he can get clipped by a Winter's Curse or Cookie. Maybe if Snapfire gets the Ag Shard. Like, there are a lot of stray stuns that can catch him. There's nothing that's, like, guaranteed lockdown, but if he's in the fight, he could get caught, and there's nothing that he's going to be able to do to survive. Because Boom does have a lot of damage right now.
Oh, the instant Yules. Very good reaction here from XXS. He gets some silence off as well. And this Mars is just dead before any spells can be expended. My goodness. Obviously had that queued up, but geez, that is some high reaction time right there. Monet, Tims, looks like he's going to get initiated on. And the curse comes out from Skem on the high ground. Will this be enough as Boboka just beating the crap out of by his teammate, but he'll be able to roll away, and Skem will die anyway. So 2 for nothing for Aster. And Ori with that double damage, pretty fearsome right now.
That was a nice curse. I think, like, look at Wyvern's level. It's level 8 Wyvern. Tim's is level 11 because he essentially got the solo kill on Ori with the Kiss prediction.
Oh, Yopach would be a pretty damn big kill. Monet potentially looking for his first chrono of the game, but Boboka perhaps a little bit too far in. He's going to get Blade Fury down. Kiss is kind of wasted, but Aster's going to retreat.
Yeah, they were not really on the same page there. You could see that Monet wanted to jump out, but Boboka was like, "Yo, this is the mid caudal. Like, let's get this guy." And so, yeah, little bit off the same page. Maybe if they do commit, like, Monet obviously is valuing his life very highly right now because he's super close to his BKB.
Yeah, for sure. FBZ looking for Siamese Captain. A beautiful egg just in time. It's just going to get taken out by the little Shredder again. The hard counter is there. And look at this damage being applied to Ori. Has to dissimulate, but can't get to the low ground. Attempted TP. Unfortunate for him as a double kill from FBZ comes through, and likely the tier 1 tower will be next.
And Jackie shows up. Mid tower, low HP. They did fort it. This is a mid tower. You lose your mid laner. This is the consequence of that.
Yeah, Monet now has enough essentially for his BKB. That's going to line with the Manta on Jug. So shouldn't get caught out as much to these silences if he holds on to it. Is this a game where he needs to also go BKB at some point for Jackie? Always kind of feels on Jug.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I
guess with the shard build now, it's like leaves that open a little bit, right?
You're magic immune for such like a high duration of the game, and you're Omni slashing for 3.5 seconds. You're magic immune for 6 seconds. That's almost 10 seconds with an 18-second cooldown on Blade Fury. So yeah, I don't think it's necessary. You just play in and out of fights more against a lot of magical damage. Monet, though, he does have his BKB completed, and I think that's very important. This is why he's been so afraid to show up to these fights.
Yep.
Despite having this Phoenix Egg plus the Chronosphere combo, they've not pulled it off once because he just doesn't feel comfortable doing it. Now he does.
Yep, the casual I was gonna say Hannah minus. The casual glove still in Monet's inventory. It just reminds me of Arteezy with Wraith King starting that trend for quite a while. A couple years ago, as we have a smoke, it's going to be broken. Tims up. Monet has to completely backtrack here, not able to get off the timely Chronosphere. So both smokes kind of thwarted. As back to farming they go.
This appears to be the start of the part of the game where both teams ignore the entire bottom lane, because of course that is not where Roshan is.
Yep, Roshan is on top.
This is a change in how Dota has been played for the last, it's probably been about, I don't know, 6 months to a year of people doing this, at least from what I've noticed. Like, all teams doing this, most Div 1 teams, where the game is kind of split around the middle lane rather than around the river. And before, we would see a lot of, like, this Radiant tier 2 bot would die as Roche is being traded for the other side, but it just doesn't work like that anymore. Like, nobody's willing to give up Roche, particularly because the Ag Shard on the second Roche is so valuable, and then the Refresher on the third Roche is insane as well. And people are also just better at using Aegis too. Like, Aegis has always been OP, it's just people kind of sucked at using it.
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of been figured out where the playstyle is very cookie cutter, I want to say.
It's cookie cutter.
Like, once you get the Aegis, like, okay, let's group up a bit, get these outer towers, wait for the second Roche, and the second Roche is when you go high ground. As Jackie looking for Ori, obviously with a lot of mobility, attempting to TP out, and is fine.
This bot lane feels like the wilderness, man. Like, you only go down there temporarily.
Skem, this is a slow-ass death, as the Sunray will be the thing that actually kills him. Very sad existence for Wyvern. He does. I'm not sure if he wants to use it here, but see if Aster takes advantage to try to go for Roche. Obviously, Exo is their biggest asset here.
Yeah, they've got Exo, so...
And they're going to expend it. So 15 seconds on the Wyvern, who is probably the biggest thing to fear. Although there's the arena, there is the kisses, so obviously Boom have a lot to work with. And you can see they're TPing in the mid lane to try to contest this, but Roche is getting quite low. FBZ looking for a potential opening. He's going to break the smoke from Ori. He's going to get initiated on just to create some space so that this Roche can be taken. And it's being a little bit slow here. The arena comes out, but Monet he snatches the Aegis, actually. So I think the kisses actually netted the kill for Boom. But the Aegis, obviously the most important thing. Monet, the BKB, he's going to get speared right after, back into the pit, because he can't actually be clipped into that cliff. It's a very special mountain for Roshan.
For some reason, yeah. Dude, XXS, again, he had the instant Yule Scepter onto FBZ, so he couldn't get the initiation. FBZ, he needs to pre-BKB. Like, XXS is just too on point with his Yules and his Yules counter initiations. That might have gone a totally different way if FBZ actually gets a spear off, and then the kisses connect on the Faceless Void or something. Like, maybe he actually steals the Aegis, you know? But, yeah, XX is very good pick up on the Yules.
At this stage of the game, how big of a deal is it that Boom got the kill on Roche? Which I believe was the kisses.
I think technically, I'm pretty sure that Tim's would get full XP for that as he is feeding it away.
Tim's is dead.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but the chase is on. It looks like Boom's gonna back up a bit here as the high ground ward is there for Aster. So Boom kind of working in the dark here. But yeah, how big of a deal is the Roche kill itself? I don't even know who's in experience range at that point.
I
Might have been just the Mars, if anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. I really feel like the Aegis is the biggest part about Roche that's important. You see often, like, the net worth barely changes after Roshan is taken, but then the net worth in the time of the Aegis, you constrict the map, and then that's where you get a bunch of gold lead. So I don't think it's that impactful. It's like, obviously you're more than happy to, oh, a bunch of gold. Hell yeah, that's great. But it's nowhere near on the same level as the Aegis.
Depending on how the Aegis is used.
Yeah, I mean, if you use it very stupidly, then yes, sure.
I mean, we've seen it. It's been more rare these days.
Teams are pretty good at using the Aegis, I would say.
That sounds like a big curse to me.
Yeah, that does.
But it is Monet, so I think he'll be pretty good with it, as we're going to see the initiation here and the pick off onto Baboka. But Monet wants to fight. No. He's going to reverse time walk back. Still 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, as the mid tower is actually denied by Jackie, who is, he's actually getting pretty close to the Scotty. So his farm is actually top net worth overall. As I say that, it is Monet now on top, but basically on par with the Faceless Void.
And Jug, by the way, yeah, he did on Jackie go for the 5 all stats talent.
Yeah, we're going to see the arena and the spear. That is a dead Phoenix. No egg in sight. Just stun lock from the start. But Monet, are we going to see the first chrono of the game? Don't even need to use it to get Jackie. He's just dead. And Monet continue the right clicks. Going for the Mars now, as the BKB is expended. Still holding on to that chronosphere. Doesn't feel like he needs it as FBZ. His blink's just going to continually get canceled. And the Yules is there as well. Finally, the BKB for FBZ, but will this be enough to keep him alive? It's not looking like that's the case. So 3 dead for Boom, and all Aster lose was their Phoenix. And he is just holding on to this chrono. I thought for sure that was going to be a 2-man chrono there.
Have we seen one?
I don't think so.
I don't think we've seen a chrono yet. Yeah, I mean, you could see how long FBZ was holding his BKB in that fight, because, like, he knew, what's the point of BKBing? I'm gonna immediately get chronoed if I BKB. But then he just doesn't end up using it at all.
Well, he did use it at the end.
No, I mean, Monet didn't use the chrono.
Oh, yeah.
It's like FBZ eventually was like, oh, I guess if you're not gonna chrono me, I can use this.
Yeah, but he was already at like 20% HP, so it felt pretty difficult for him.
Yeah.
And maybe a little miscommunication there on the cookie direction, but
Look, he's just not. He's
just getting kited horribly.
He doesn't want to BKB because he's like, why would I waste a charge of this if he's gonna chrono me?
Yeah.
And then he doesn't. He just slowly walks at him, hitting him. Yeah. Jackie dying in that fight obviously was the big problem for Boom. I don't exactly know how you alleviate that because I feel like he kind of just got right-clicked.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was just a very slow and pathetic death for him.
He did not get off Omni Slash. I'm trying to remember how the initiation actually started.
I think he just died in Blade Fury. He gets caught by like the Void Remnant at the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Great timing, I suppose, from Ori. Hard to pull off, but he could have just gotten chronoed anyway. It is a hard jug game going late. It's on his team to disable this Void.
Baboka on the high ground, breaking the smoke. And, we're going to see the first chrono of the game. It's going to be on the Coddle, as well as the Mars, in fact, as the Sunray actually going in addition to the egg, thanks to that shard, as the Wyvern dies and the Snap fires low, but the double buyback comes in. FBZ gets the arena off. That is a potential big... Oh, the Omni Slash is reflected with the Lotus Orb, though, and Monet is staying alive somehow. Unbelievable. That actually saved his life. And the rest of Aster actually staying alive as a result of this. So 60 seconds of no Mars. 2 have died for Boom, who bought back, and all they get is an Earth Spirit.
That was
the Omni Slash actually kept him alive.
Yes, that was a super value Lotus Orb. Just at the right time that Jackie Boys gets himself omnied. Because that was a double Mars Spear. That was 2 heroes that were about to die. 2 very important heroes. Yeah, he's got the shard. Also, the smoke break from Baboka. I mean, I love that you can do this on Earth Spirit. This is so good. He tried, by the way, to do the spear into shield crash combo, where he would stay on the high ground.
But I want to see if he could have gotten this kill with just right-clicking instead of Omni Slashing.
Oh no, that was not a double spear.
Yes.
But no,
he's dead.
He's dead for sure. He's dead for sure.
Man, that is insane. But some retribution here potentially. Ori takes a tumble. That's a nice pick off for Boom, but you see Monet looking to potentially fight. XXS has to pop his Exo, as well as the BKB, so mitigating all this magic damage from the Snapfire. The Opage and company trying to pursue, but they just don't have the speed apparently. Baboka and company just resetting completely. And the Exo obviously feels a bit of a waste here from Aster, but either way, could have been a lot worse.
Boom's still looking, man. They've got their initiator smoked up here.
Yeah, FBZ leading the way with that blink. See if they can find anybody onto the high ground. Monet would be a juicy one, but the BKB is forced, and away he goes. Still a valuable charge.
He thinks he's stunned.
That's true.
He really thinks that he just got
Does that ever go away?
I don't know. I don't know if it does.
Oh, man, I would pay money for this attack animation. I'm not going to lie. That is great. You can't even tell what he's doing. That's actually an advantage to him. This XXS. All right, after all that, he shows up bot lane and now getting ganked. With the Spirit Vessel applied, Yule is buying some time for Jackie to potentially get the kill, but he blinks out. And he's away. Wow. Unreal.
Okay.
XXS, what a play.
Yeah, that was nice. Times it around the Illuminate too. That was very close. I didn't even realize he had the blink.
Can we take a look at Faceless Void
again?
Let's
go Faceless Void.
So I'm pretty confident if he dies, then it resets.
So he wants to. Okay, good.
So
that he's
we're not supposed to play favorites, but I kind of don't want him to die.
No. I think he wants to die. He looks like it.
Yes, that is a face of somebody who does not want to live any longer. That's
this
great.
is going to be very distracting. I wish we were on the B stream.
Yeah, the B stream would be perfect for this kind of bug in the game. Make sure to send your messages to Jeff Hill at valvesoftware.com.
That's right. That's right.
Very high priority bug.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Roche number 2 is up. As you can see, the creep wave along with a couple illusion just knocking on the door here. But Aster, I don't know. Have they not scouted this yet? Honestly, could have sneaked it, but we have the vision and they don't. So looking for a pickoff to potentially open up that second Roche for themselves.
They're heading straight back.
He's moonwalking.
I realize what happened.
Actually looks more like a zombie. It's FBZ. He's going to break the smoke and blink out to safety. But you can see the Astral Step is there. He's going to catch Ori, though. And that is just a death for him. Monet looking for the potential Chronosphere, but his buddy's already dead. So Aster definitely losing this fight, and I think they're just going to have to back now.
Yeah, that was just Yopaj with the massive cast range on his Scythe of Vice. This thing has been incredibly value so far.
Time is money.
And for the Ethereal Blade next as well.
Yeah, man, Roche is being pinged out, and Aster know that it's up. And we'll see if Boom can take advantage of this little opening. Jackie, he gets silenced, but there is the Manta into the Blade Fury. Sunray already expended as well. Watermist Kisses is coming. FBZ kind of stuck on the cliff right now. Gets off the Rebuke, and they'll be able to take out Boboka pretty easily. And that's 2 dead for Aster. Yeah, Cookie off of the cliff now, so no RTZ impression for FBZ. As he actually gets the BKB force, so nice play there from Monet. And it doesn't look like the spear will connect, so is this enough for them to go for Roche? Because they're still egg. They know that Exo's down, but obviously the chrono. We've been talking about that all game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, as long as Monet is close. Oh, now definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a big moment.
Double damage on the zombie mode Faceless Void. See if they can take advantage themselves. They're going to spot Skem on the high ground. Arctic Burn is going to bring it back down, but this looks like a very easy one for him. So no Winter's Curse. 70 seconds, no Wyvern at all. So this could be the opening for Aster instead.
I do feel like Boom, they still want to fight this. I don't know if you want to give this Roche away. Yeah.
They take out the first illusion. Roche is already at half HP though. And Boom looking for the opening. FBZ has the arena at his ready, but the BKBs should be off cooldown for Aster. And there we go, FBZ. He's going to get the spear off, though. Is this enough to take out the Faceless Void? It is. The Sunray's not enough to keep him alive, but the Sunray's doing a shit ton of damage in the pit, though. And Ori gets in the pit, gets stunned, though. He's going to end up taking the Roche and the Aegis and the Shard. So despite losing the Faceless Void, Aster will get the Aegis and a double spear into the arena. Holy Jesus. They find one and the Aegis. Ori, can he get out of this? He's going to get hexed immediately again from Yopaj. Beautifully done from Boom. Obviously not the best case scenario considering the Roche went to Aster, but they clean up pretty nicely after the fact.
I can understand all of the tipping from Boom to FBZ. He is completely carrying this game. The Roche pit, that's not even an easy area to hit a spear around. You have to hit to the tree that's outside of the Roche pit, which I think he did. I think that connected with the little tree, technically, or some little area, but that's a hard angle to hit. And then the second double spear as well. Not only does he start the fight and help with stealing the Roche, he also connects and makes it a three-man kill instead of just one.
Yeah, so while we've been watching this, Boboka does die, and the top Rax is being pressured by Boom, and I think this is going to be a freebie for them. Obviously without Monet for 22 seconds, and most important thing, of course, is I believe the animation will be fixed, but we'll have to take a look.
Yeah, so we'll make sure to
That's very important to check once he's up. So Boom get a full set of racks in the top lane to get the tier 2 tower. Aegis obviously gone. Who did get the shard, though? See, Death Prophet has one. I don't know if he had it before.
Or I think
Phoenix already had it.
I think Ori walked in and took it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually consumed it, though.
He might have. So it's either the Death Prophet or
Death Prophet had a shard. Void had a shard.
Okay, so then it was
Ori then. I think it was him.
Okay, so it'll give the extra ring.
Oh no, he dropped it. He dropped it in base.
Oh, it's still in base.
Boboka's going to take it. Yeah, because he already had the shard. He's been using the big dissimulates.
All right, so you're going to get the Stone Remnants providing ground vision, so that gives you Roche advantage.
Unfortunately, it is glitched right now. It does not give you the +4 bonus charges. When it first got added, you would immediately get 4 more Remnants, but Boboka actually has to wait for those Remnants to come off cooldown now.
I see. Well, Monet's animations are fixed as Boboka. He's going to get instantly hexed. Arena, not really going to catch anybody else, but it does segregate Boboka from the rest of the pack. Sunray not doing a whole lot here as Monet still looking for this Chronosphere. Might have to use it just on Jackie Boy. He's going to attempt it as Tim's on the outskirts. Now Monet pops the BKB, just doesn't have enough damage to finish off Jackie Boy, feels like. Manta style, and there is the reflected Omni Slash again.
Oh, he can blink
Jackie
out.
Boy does blink out, gets off the Blade Fury as well. Looks like he's going to be okay. Attempting the TP out, though, in the midst of things. He's doing so much damage in the meantime. Looks like he does get out just barely. And Monet not able to catch another TPing member of Boom Esports.
He reflected his own Omni Slash so that he could blink afterwards. That was insane. I've never seen a Lotus Orb, an enemy Lotus Orb used like that. That was next level. God. Dota's such a wild game, bro.
I mean, we've seen both sides of the Lotus Orb, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. The instant sheep, yeah.
Actually a pretty good arena, though, just blocking everybody off as Ori ends up dying in live here. 80 seconds of no Void Spirit. Feels like he's gotten caught out a few times. Pretty uncharacteristic for Aster.
He suicide for the DD. I don't think he wants Jack Boys to have a double damage.
Well, is it worth his life?
Is it worth his life? I would say probably not.
Yep, Jackie now level 25. Monet still working on his 25. He'll get it here. As we see the Dota plus win probability skyrocketing in favor of Boom. They have that top racks already, and it's a 5v4 for the next 50 seconds minimum. XXS, he's going to get instantly sheep, but the spear back into the fray. Looks like he's going to be fine. And this tier 3 tower is not. It is definitely dead. Probably denied, though. And Boom, they don't know about this buyback. I'm pretty sure. It's the Basher actually already there for Jackie Boy. They're going to take out Boboka. So 5v3, advantage Boom. A nice attempt for FBZ, not able to connect on the spear, though. Gets off the arena. Monet just bashing him inside his own arena, along with the Sun Ray coming through, but the Cold Embrace keeping him alive a little bit. It's not going to be enough, though. So finally a kill goes the way of Aster as Jackie just focusing on the objectives. Fortifications popped. Now Jackie feared thanks to the shard on XXS.
I think Boom has to get out.
Yeah, with the Void Spirit coming back up, I don't think they can finish this melee racks.
No.
So Aster is successful defense, and I mean, the crazy thing, look at the net worth. It's so even
it's
right
close.
now.
It's very close. Yeah, I mean, Gem helps that. The FPC jumping in, he did lose the Gem, so not sure what the cooldown is on that for them. Both teams probably need one at this point. That's just the prisoner dilemma of Dota. One team picks up a gem, you kind of need one as well. So they'll probably buy another one, which is going to be even more net worth.
So pretty nice pickup from Jackie with the Witchbane, by the way. So just another Dispel. You have all these silences. Like obviously you have the Manta, but you can only use it once in a fight. And with a double silence just from Void Spirit alone, pretty nice to be able to dispel yourself at any point.
Yeah, true.
What is the cooldown on that? It's 20 seconds, so I guess still once per fight.
It's pretty bad. Yeah,
it's not as good as I thought, but still.
It's good. I mean, he was using it for the Phoenix Spirits. Oh no, did they just get those? I think they just got these items. But you can use it for the Phoenix Spirits while sieging. That'll help out because those are a pain. Like he was mantaing for the Spirits as well and spinning. So it's a solid item. I mean, it does good damage as well. It's like an item that's will apply damage. Actually, it's bonus damage. So I don't think it works during your spin, because I think bonus damage is applied on your attack, which is reduced to 0 when you're spinning. Unfortunately, but outside of that, it's good, and it's attack speed, obviously.
All right, so back to the waiting game for Roche number 3.
Yeah, here we go. This will be the refresher orb.
Or Ags.
Probably the refresher orb.
Probably. We've talked about this. It's even though they say it's a 50-50, it's definitely more 70-30 refresher shard.
It's a 70-30. It's a 70-30.
Maybe we can look into the game files later and
yeah, we'll go ahead and check those out.
Maybe we can email IceFrog and just double check on that one.
Yeah, I think he'd really appreciate that email, actually.
Or Gaben himself. He does reply to everything at least.
He does.
Sheepstick XXS has enough gold, but obviously wants to save a bit for buyback. There's only 3 members of the entire game currently have buyback. Looks like this might be a smoke here from Boom. And Sheepstick online. So no buyback anymore for XXS. But the Sheepstick, pretty damn valuable. He is showing himself here. And Aster are ready for this smoke.
Oh, this arcane rune. You know both teams want this.
Yeah, Jackie's going to take it. Not too shabby on him as well.
No.
Can use 2 Blade Furies in a fight.
I kind of doubt that Aster is going to want to fight while he has this. They'll probably wait it out. I mean, it's a 12-second cooldown, 6-second match. Community on Blade Fury. I don't think you want to play into that. That's he's just using it for fun at this point.
Yep, they're just overtaking Aster's triangle now.
Oh, this is cool. They're just running towards the bot lane, sending illusions because there's this double catapult wave with like a billion range creeps. So this forces Aster back into their base, which gives Boom access to Roche.
Yeah, but one Astral Step will do massive damage to these illusions. But that's damage you can't come back from on that tier 3 tower bot.
And look at Boom now. They've moved into position, and now they're taking away the wards that Aster were camping. I mean, that's really huge, actually, from them. They've secured themselves this high ground position. Aster wants it back, but this is tough, man.
This is a big fight because Roche is coming up in 40 seconds as Monet and company looking to try to aggress. The arena comes out, catches Monet. The egg does come out, though, with the sun ray, but Monet looks to be potentially dead. He is. 100 seconds of no faceless void. Another Omni Slash onto a Lotus Orb. He's very attracted to that, apparently. And he gets sheeped, actually, so Jackie's going to be the trade. He does have buyback if he wants to expend it, though. He will. Tim's with the BKB inside the arena. Not able to finish off Ori, though. Not able to get the timing correctly as it assimilates to safety. Looks like he's going to be fine.
Both carries buyback.
That's getting extremely low. Looks like he's going to finally drop. So no DP. And yeah, Monet apparently found his buyback during that time. Must have been really close on the gold. And Baboka looks to be TPing away, but this is now a 5 versus 4, and Roche just spawns. That's a refresher, as we said, 70-30.
70-30, of course. FBZ is going to get another refresher orb. That'll be fun for him. Actually, pretty good on Jackie Boys, I feel like, as well. Although I don't know if he has the slots for it. What would you drop? He obviously needs the Aegis, considering he just bought back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're pinging that Faceless Void is missing. They want him to be the focus target. I like that in that fight, Boom, they could have turned and focused the egg, but they realized that the higher value kill would be Monet. And that even though the egg was going off, they still had the damage. They calculated they had the damage to finish off Monet. And yeah, the egg pops, but without a carry Faceless Void, who gives a shit? The egg doesn't matter. Your carry's dead.
Yeah. So refresher shard on FBZ. Double arena, quad spear, I guess you could call it, kind of.
Maybe. All right. Well, actually, he's got 6 spears. He's got a refresher of his own.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Is Jackie now focusing on the barracks? Monet trying to bait things out, but the focus looks to be on Baboka. He's taking a massive amount of damage inside the arena, in between. In fact, that looks like it really hurts. And down goes Baboka. Monet, nice BKB to dodge the spear from FBZ, but Jackie again just focusing on the barracks. Egg comes out, but there, Tim's jumping in. Can he do enough damage to take it out? One more hit. That is a dead Phoenix. Buys back into the game. Another arena. Monet is caught. This is going to be a dieback on the Faceless Void. Double kill for Tim's, and Aster look like they're going to drop game number 1, and Boom doing a great job overall, but Ori, he's not done with it yet. Takes out Skem. Gem on the deck, but the buyback's coming out from the Winter Wyvern. Spear barely not connecting on the wall there as Ori looks to be limping away, but Jackie trying to focus on the DP. Scatterblast going to stun XXS, but FBZ looks like they're going to get Baboka on the backline, trying to roll out. The last bits of damage won't be enough.
He evaded
Illuminate comes out as well, but Skem looks like he's trying to finish him off himself, but XXS, this is going to be a dieback for him. 4 dead for Aster. GG's come out, and Boom. Man, what an entertaining game. Game number 1 goes to Boom.
Yeah, that's a good one. Lots of
good one.
Lots of cool fights. Good fight. I'm always happy to see that, but I also feel like strategically, Boom was just making the better calls that game. Like the fight where they chose to kill the Void instead of killing the egg. Whoever made that call, shout outs to them. That was a game winner. Also the call to go with the Catapult's bot and push that in and then take the high ground, that won the game. That got them that kill on Monet that made him have to buy back. It's just insane from them. Top tier gameplay.
Yeah, very entertaining game as well, but Aster, they end up losing it, so Boom, very important win for them, which I'm sure the old ball and chain and panel can discuss right now.
Thank you so much, Jenkins, and to my ex-husband, Suns fan. Well, we had a very fantastic performance here from Boom. Manages to take the team fight heavy lineup that Aster had and just do the same thing. The strength of the Mars with the Snapfire. My goodness.
I have never been so upset in my entire life watching a game. It feels like Boom learned how to play Dota gradually over the game. Instead of coming out strong, they came out horrifically weak. I think Yopaj was getting out-farmed by a Faceless Void on Coddle. That should never happen. There was lots of missed spells, some missed spear. This fight here on the screen, I think FBZ tried to do you spear and use your rebuke, and it's meant to like stop the momentum of the spear, but he just speared Phoenix away. There was this